this competition is so important to the chamber. Our goal with this competition is that it will give you an opportunity to see inside what advanced manufacturing looks like and understand that advanced manufacturing is not what you think or learn about from the Industrial Revolution. Okay, it is high-paying, very good jobs in our community that don't necessarily take a 4-year degree. Some of them take a 2-year degree, a TCAT, Roan State, a certificate, and that's really important for our workforce here in Anderson County. But I would like to take a moment and recognize several important folks who support the Dream It, Do It competition and what it requires to coordinate the effort to which everyone is on the same page and working to make this competition a success. First of all, I have to recognize our sponsors, CNS Y12. They came alongside us 8 years ago and have supported this competition every year, and they do that through Miss Kristen Walschlager. She has just goes above and beyond to make sure that that we have what we need and communicates very well, and we wouldn't be able to do this competition without them. So let's give them a hand. Thank you, guys. And I see several industry representatives in the room with us today, and I want to recognize them. Eagle Bend, is somebody here from Eagle Bend today? Protomet, Ison Automotive, Techmer PM, SL Tennessee, and Clayton Homes. I know the end of the year is difficult for a lot of folks, and some of these industries, they have crises that come up. But thank you guys for being here with us, and thank you for your support and helping us to just achieve what we're able to achieve through this competition. Also, if you're a teacher that is involved with this program, please stand. If you're a teacher that's involved with this program, please stand. You know, I grew up with an educator in my home, and I know that you probably weren't crazy when you took on this project several years ago. Oh, this is something else we have to do. But I hope that you feel like that we've given back to you through this program and this competition. And from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for taking this on and giving these students an opportunity to see some things that they may not have gotten to see otherwise. And we're very grateful for your dedication to this program as well. Now, I'm going to quit babbling. Thank you guys so much for being here. But I want to introduce Mr. Gene Patterson. The younger students may not recognize you, but those of us that are a little more seasoned grew up watching Mr. Gene on TV. And he is with CNS Y12, and he's here to give us some comments today.
Thank you. I think that was backhanded way to say I'm old. Anyway, well, thank you very much. And again, I'm Gene Patterson with CNS, Consolidated Nuclear Security. We're the managing operator in Oak Ridge at the Y12 National Security Complex. And you've already met Kristen with CNS. I want to point out my boss over here, Taz Painter. It's always a good thing to say hello to your boss there. So there's Taz Painter, Nikki Atkinson, and Catherine King from CNS, and please give them a round of applause. It does take a bit of a village, though, with Kristen helping the chamber and the schools put together this program every year. It takes less of a village, but it's always helpful to have support from your colleagues. So Kristen Walschlager has been great. I've been around since this program began. And when it was first brought to me, I thought it was a great idea. Being a former TV guy, of course, I would think it would be a great idea. Get kids out there learning about manufacturing, figure out how to put together videos, and then put them on online for their students, their parents, and others to vote for. And I thought, wow, what a great thing to do. My problem was I couldn't quite figure out how to get that project moving forward. And when Kristen got a hold of it, it was done. So thanks to you that we've been here with the Chamber and the Workforce Development Committee and all the others who are involved, all the schools, and you young people who are here today are following in the footsteps of a number of years of students who have taken on these projects, worked with the manufacturers, and put together these great videos. I have not seen this year's videos, but from what I gather, I have noticed the evolution. You know, the first year there was some question about, well, how are we supposed to do this? What's our goals here? And they were good, no question about it. But as the years passed, they got better and better. And I can just remember last year looking and thought, wow, that's some pretty high quality stuff. So if you guys, as a group, have outdone last year's, then you really should be very proud of yourselves, because last year's I thought was very, very good. All right, so today we're going to recognize an 8th grade video competition that shows careers in modern manufacturing in Anderson County. So let's take a look at all 6 of this year's video entries and see if you learn something from them. So roll that bean footage.
It was 9:30 on a Tuesday morning. I was pretty sure my trench coat fit me a bit better than the day before. I was even beginning to think I'd get the day off. But then, it's recording. We have a case. I'll take it. My intuitive technicians has told me this will be no easy task. And I need help in the best of the best. And I didn't do myself. Kia Kinsley. Here's the case. Look at this car wreck. These guys are named by Ford, Kia, and Honda. They bought their friends from Magna, yet these people lived?
How do you think these people survived?
Oh, I know how they survived. It must have been the laser cutting process.
The laser process is quite impressive because it involves a focused laser beam that melts the metal and cuts out specific patterns and designs which the manufacturers use when making the car. It is fascinating, but not overly cool.
Okay, then it has to be the heat stamping process.
Yes, the hot stamp is important. It begins by putting metal into earth ovens and heats it up to 1,975 degrees Fahrenheit. Then the press is over 800 tons of pressure to force it into a mold. This gives the car flexibility, strength, and makes it lighter. In fact, it even saves money because the cost of material is lower. However, that's just a part of the solution.
Okay, well, what about the robotic processes then?
The robots do play a very important role. There's the MIG welder, a welding process that joins 2 metals. The 240 assembly robots can be a possibility as well. But could the welding and superbots really be what we're looking for?
I got it. This case was not a matter of what, but who. It's the people. It's the engineers, the machinists, the welders, the managers, and all the people in leadership. It's the people at Magna that help save those lives.
Exactly. 7:45 on a Wednesday morning.
And just when I thought I'd get the day off.
Agent Ford, we have a case.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. 1 winner, 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2023 inaugural Piston Cup sponsored by Eisen. Let's take it inside to the action.
Hey, McQueen, you alright?
Wow, as this race starts off, it's getting wild already. It's a close battle for the new 2023 Piston Cup medal. They're just bumper and bumping away. Oh no, it looks like Lightning McQueen's gonna crash. Oh, here comes Mater. Looks like he's taking Lightning McQueen back to his pit crew to see what's wrong. Here comes Jacob and Ones to save the day. Back here at the Piston Cup, looks like Lightning McQueen is having major malfunctions. Oh no, it looks like it's the piston. Chunks of aluminum weighing in at 1,200 pounds are melted down in a fiery furnace. The aluminum is then transferred into holding pots using robotic arms. Gravity draws the aluminum into the mold, forming the first few pieces of the piston. Then, the piston gets transferred and trimmed down to remove any unused metal by using the gate saw. Also, the unused parts get recycled and remelted to make new pistons. Finally, the piston has the surface treatment and gets cleaned up. A resin skirt is added for friction reduction. Finished pistons like these are used by many car companies, such as Toyota and Honda. Eisen makes other manufactured parts, but their primary focus is manufacturing piston. Oh, here comes the pit crew to get the new piston installed into Lightning so we can race against Storm. A big thank you to Eisen for replacing Lightning's piston. Lightning is ready to race again after that major crash. Surely this will make a major difference. Wow, what an exciting race, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Piston Cup sponsored by Eisen. Can't wait to see you next year.
Hello, do you know why I pulled you over today?
No, sir.
You have a tail light out.
Oh, okay.
Here, luckily, I have one for you.
Well, thank you.
That's that tail light.
Did you all know that SL is one of the reasons that we can drive at night and we don't have as many collisions? With their industry-leading technology that originated in 1954 when 3 men from Korea wanted a headlight for their bike. So they created Samlip, which means 3 men in Korean.
That's cool. They got one in Clinton. They produce headlights, taillights, gear shifters, and many more products for Hyundai, Kia, GM, and Ford.
That could be pretty neat if we see how they make products.
There's a lot that goes into making a product. It starts as a plastic resin that is sectioned from a silo, then is melted with the process called injection molding. And after it's cooled off, they use robotics to take the product out of the machine and then put it on a conveyor belt where it's later cleaned and processed. Then it goes to assembly line where assembly workers use different techniques like heat and vibration loading to assemble the final parts to make the product.
That sounds like an interesting place. I wonder how I can get a job and what kind of people work there. SL employees from different walks of life, cultures, and races. They have jobs that do or do not require degrees. Jobs such as upper management and engineering require degrees. Jobs that don't require degrees are manufacturing and lower level management. Some require technical degrees like maintenance workers.
I always thought that manufacturing jobs were hard, nasty, and had poor temperature control.
Today's manufacturing is not like that. They're clean, organized, temperature controlled, and they worry about the health and well-being of their workers.
That's great to know, but how are we going to get this tail light back into the car?
I know we can get it installed.
Rusty Wallace.
Well, Rusty Wallace, how can we help you today?
Hey, I got this tail light from SL and I just want it replaced.
Sure, we can do that for you. Just leave it with me. You bring it outside. We can take care of it. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
This is Carly and Bella. The two stumble upon a kayak made from what they believe is exceptionally high-quality plastic. Officer White, who just happened to be at the scene, cannot help but overhear the young lady's conversation about high-quality plastics. Knowing that one detective back at headquarters has an almost obsessive interest in high-quality plastics, Officer White decides to call the case in. Detective Jones immediately arrives on the scene where she begins questioning a store clerk regarding the origins of the kayak. The store clerk reveals that while Lifetime is the manufacturer of the kayak, they do not make the plastics. Upon further questioning, the store clerk reveals the name of a plastic manufacturing facility located in Anderson County, Techmer PM. Could this Techmer PM be the mystery company Detective Jones has spent her entire career searching for?
With all signs pointing to Tecma PM, Detective Jones decides to investigate further. Anticipating resistance from Tecma PM, Detective Jones comes prepared with a warrant to search the facility. Much to her surprise, they welcome her in freely, along with a guided tour of the facility. Safety is Tecma PM's main priority for their employees or visitors. Visitors are required to wear the same PPEs as employees when walking through the plant. This is the beginning process of how Tecma PM makes the pellets. The tour guide drags what is called strands that are coming out of the dyeing process, where color is added and dragged through a water bath. It is then clipped and fed into a pelletizer, which cuts the strands into pellets. The tour guide then shows different production lines showing the same beginning process, where the strands are coming out of the dyeing process to go through a water bath. It is then cooled on the conveyor belt. The pellets then move through a classifier, which separates pellets that are too big or too small, and only allows pellets of the right size to pass through it. The vacuum tube then sucks the pellets into a loader and drops them into a box. This is the color room or color lab, where Tecma PM tests how different colors made with different resins or additives will appear under different lights. This room is used to determine if Tecma PM has the correct color their customers want, as many colors will appear slightly different under various lighting. Before shipping their products to other companies, Tecma PM undergoes their plastics through rigorous tests such as fire, strength, impact, and weather. When it comes to efforts in protecting the environment, Tecma PM is all about sustainability. This plays into Tecma PM's zero waste to landfill practice in Clinton, Tennessee.
My boat broke down on a bit old lake this weekend. I wish I knew a big company to replace the boat parts.
I do too. My boat did the same exact thing.
Boat parts, you say? Protomet makes quality boat parts here in America.
Well, what kind of boat parts?
Any boat part imaginable.
From cup holders to replacement mirrors, Protomet makes it all.
Protomet even works with the military as they help build submarines.
If you join the Protomet family, not only will you have great working conditions, but every time you put on that blue Protomet shirt, you will feel a great sense of pride.
Oh man, it's so cold. I wish I had a home. What's that? Oh man, oh man, oh man. I am so late, oh man.
Where is he going?
I'm so late, oh man.
Welcome to Clayton Homes. It is the place where you will find what you truly desire, a home. While there are many varieties and styles of houses that Clayton produces, this specific location specializes in making double-wide houses. After going through 18 stations, the two halves of the house are shipped separately to their destination.
The building process consists of 12 stations that run the home down an assembly line. And as the home moves from station to station, they install plumbing and electrical appliances. The working conditions in Clayton are excellent and efficient in the way they keep the workers' environment as clean and friendly as possible. They try their best to create the working conditions with their employees' best interests in mind. The employees have repeatedly said one word about this home: family. And the amount of time people spend working here speaks for itself in that regard.
Clayton tries to be as nice and kind to their customers as possible. While the price of materials was skyrocketing, going as far as 400% more in price during the COVID pandemic, they kept their payment costs as close to similar to the original.
This place is awesome. How can I get one?
Stop. I see you've been in awe at Clayton Kingdom. I challenge you to a croquet battle. If you want one of these houses, you're gonna have to win. But if you lose,
Up with your head!
Run.
Costas!
I'm going to ask Miss Kristen to come up here and help me. We're going to give away some awards and recognize some folks. What'd you guys think of the videos? They were great, right? Yeah. If you'd like to go back and watch these videos, you can find them at dreamitdoitetn.com. They're on our YouTube page, and you can find them all there. But first, I think it's important that we recognize some of the industries that are here. So I'm going to ask the industry representatives to come up and receive a plaque. Ison, I saw you snuck in. There we go. Clayton Holmes. And after it's over with, I'm going to ask you guys to come back up here for some pictures. SL Tennessee. Come on, both of you can come up here. Come on. None of our other industry partners snuck in while, did they? I don't think so. Okay. After we get done here, I'm going to ask you guys to come back up here. We're going to get some pictures, and go get some pictures with your teams and that kind of thing. So, Kristen, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you give away some awards, and I'll be Vanna White.
Okay, so let's begin by inviting the third place school and industry to come to the podium to accept the check for $500 for third place. And this year's winner is Lake City.
I thought that was an alarm for just a minute. Come on up here. Students, come stand right up here. Yeah. We're going to get some pictures at the end. Yeah, let's give them a hand. Good job. All right, you can be seated. Go ahead.
Now it's time to bring this year's second place school and industry to the podium to accept the STEM check for $750. And this year's second place winner is Clinton Middle School.
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, let's bring up the First Place School and Industry to receive your school STEM check for $1,000, and that goes to Jefferson Middle.
Now we have one other award that Norwood will have to relinquish. Last year they were they had the most votes. Or no, it was Lake City. It was Lake City, wasn't it? But this year we had lots of votes. Over 1,000 people voted. And we want to thank everyone that went and watched the videos. So if you called Mama and Papa and said, go watch these videos, and they got on and watched the videos, thank them for watching. We hope that it educates people. But this award is the People's Choice Award. It's our bragging rights. There's a plaque that we will send to the school. And that this year's bragging rights for the most votes on the website goes to Lake City Middle School. Lake City Middle School. Let's give them a hand. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you are that person, you need to go to the front office. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I'm going to ask the schools, the winners, to stick around. We've got to take some pictures, and we're going to move a couple things out of the way and move this over so we can get it centered. And we're going to take some pictures. I'm going to ask Dr. Parrott, Dr. Cross, Andy Wallace, all the CNS Y12 representation, Kelly Myers, and the industry. If your team won, please stay here so we can get some pictures with you guys. And thank you so much for being here. We look forward to next year's competition. And I'll be honest with you, this year was a little difficult as far as timing and getting to this day was difficult. And we thank you for your patience. As many of you know, I welcomed my third little girl, 9 days ago. And so it's been a whirlwind. But thank you guys for your patience, and thank you all for being here today. We really appreciate all the hard work that you put in. Let's give everyone another round of applause. All right, give us a couple minutes. We're going to move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to get some pictures.